I had a decent sized break in between test schedules, so I got lucky enough to be home on a weekend where there's a Smek event, and we're going racing. Super fun, let's get it. It's fun to get back out here with Smek. I haven't done a Smek race since probably like 2015 or 2014, something like that. So it's good to kind of get out and do what I love doing and what I'm used to doing, which is supermoto and even like mini motos, 150s and stuff. But yeah, it's a good time out here at VIR. So get some good training in, get some laps, and then head back over to Europe.
What is up, everybody? We are live. First live stream for Smek. We're calling this this intro live at turn one. This is episode one for hopefully some additional continuing series. We're going to try to keep it going maybe once a month. We have ideas for interviews for Smek riders, not just Smek riders, promoters, everything. We just want to keep driving the sport of supermoto forward and our series. Today is pretty cool. We have the number one guy himself, Charlie Buffum. He's a two-time Smek 1 250 champion, current 2021 Smek 1 Open champion, double duty. It's going to be awesome to talk to him a little bit tonight. So let me go ahead and bring him on. What's up, Charlie? How are you?
Jay, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me good?
Oh, yeah, brother. I appreciate you having me.
No problem. I appreciate you spending some time, and we're going to chop it up a little bit, talk a little bit about supermoto, a little bit about you, and what your future plans are.
Absolutely.
So look, the first time I met you, you showed up at Smek. It was just like some like crazy dude drove from Illinois, showed up and like, yeah, I'm here to race. And I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, man, awesome. So awesome. So let me know a little bit about yourself. How did you get started? Obviously where you're from, a little bit about your racing background and how you got into supermoto.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm from Peoria, Illinois. Not really a state that a ton of supermoto riders or many riders come out of, but we're trying to change that. Main background's motocross, arena cross. Got a couple good finishes at some amateur national stuff. Did a lot of arena cross stuff, but supermoto, I've always had a thing for. We had a local track that had a series, and I don't know that, and watching like McGrath ride it, I don't know, it just always kind of stood out, looked super cool. So tried it and did it for a few years, and then the local series went away. So I just continued with motocross, and then I don't know, one day I woke up and I said, I got a supermoto before I get too old. So here we are 3 years later, knocking down some pretty big accomplishments and really living the dream.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. So, what what other racing organizations have you raced with? Kind of give the background for Supermoto, not and then kind of what led you to race with Smek.
Yeah, so like I said, we had it's been like 10 years ago, we had a local series in Springfield, Illinois that had a decent supermoto series, and that got me into it. I kind of did an amateur class for a couple years. Actually started on the XR 100, then did the amateur class, then the expert, and then unfortunately, at the time, the go-kart people, we weren't getting along and kind of ran us out of there. The series ended, and fast forward like 12 years later, like I said, I got a wild hair to do some supermoto racing. In 2019, we did the full national series and had some pretty decent luck. And I was hooked. I met some really good people and loved the scene, something fresh. Like I said, 15 years of racing motocross, it's, or racing anything, it's always good to do something fresh, get you going again. So yeah, 19, we did the full series, and then COVID hit. So not a full AMA series. So that kind of led me to Smek. You guys were still putting on somewhat of a series. So gave me something to look forward to. And once again, kind of ran into a good group of people again, and you just stuff that makes you want to come back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a racer. That's what I've raced supermoto. That's all I've raced. I've never raced motocross. I started on a supermoto bike, a DRZ 400, rode in the street, found out they raced them. I raced one time. That was it. And then it's all about supermoto racing.
Then you're hooked, right?
That's it. It's crazy. And it's unbelievable how there's not more people doing it. Because yeah. I tell everybody, once you try it once, you only need to try it once. And once it's done, the hooks are in, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. And, I think it's just getting people past that initial, getting them on the bike. It's a big step to take to buy wheels and brakes and to get out there. So definitely some way we need to work on that a little bit better. I think it's kind of coming around, but yeah, for sure. Once you try it, it's definitely a lot of fun, no matter what your motorcycle background is.
Yeah, agreed.
So
agreed. So I know that we do go. So Smek does travel west, and we do go as far as Wisconsin. So, and I appreciate the commitment that everybody does. But for all of the riders that come from those states that are not necessarily on the East Coast or in our stomping ground, the traveling is, I understand it. I'm with you. I'm making those trips as well. You know what I mean? So and I know that you did every single race for 2021. And
yes, sir.
And your new rig, I love it. It's awesome. So do you have a calculation of how many miles that you've traveled for 2021?
Yeah. So just your series alone, we kept track. I don't know why. It's a little scary though. But we traveled like 8,700 miles to the 6 different races.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely. The rig's awesome. We're getting it there. But it's nice when you get it there, but it can be a chore to drive.
For sure.
But but you got to like what you're doing, and that stuff's kind of not really in the forefront when you're doing it, you know.
Right, right. 100%. I agree.
So
Are there any standout moments that you encountered while you were traveling? Like, is there anything that like, that you absolutely hated or absolutely loved? Like maybe you saw something that was pretty sick or something. Like, is there any standout moment?
yeah, no, I mean, of course, that's one thing we enjoy, and that's what makes it a little better is traveling, seeing the different stuff. But I think it was when we were going to Virginia. We went past this little place called Lover's Leap, and for some reason, our GPS always seems to take us on the craziest back roads,
Uh,
like even with the semi like rig, you know.
yeah,
So we ended up on a pretty cool spot. I mean, other than being scared to death when we came down the backside, you know, it was a good view.
yeah. I honestly think that I know exactly which road you're talking about because I was pulling a 30-foot toy hauler through there, and all I know is that my brakes were smoking the whole way, man.
Oh
It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. We seen some smokes. So yeah, but like I said, the view is good, and you know, it's stuff we don't forget, and
Yeah,
it definitely makes it a little more worthwhile for sure.
cool. So for Smek 2021, this is your year, man. Like, dude, the racing was,
It was good.
yeah, it was great, and I enjoyed watching you race, man. It, the 250 class, just I'll say it, dominated, dominated, and it,
Awesome. But we had some great turnouts in the 250 class. So I was pumped about that for sure.
yep, 100%.
Big grids in that, so that was awesome.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed watching you guys race. For Smek 2021, any what was your favorite event? Any particular event that stands out to you as your favorite?
Ah, that's tough. I mean, round one was really a lot of fun, and you know we were talking about standout moments, and I'm sure you don't forget when I jumped to start and jumped the start of that 250 moto
Yep, yep,
and caused all kinds of havoc.
yep.
So the look on your face, I don't think I'll ever forget as I launched. So
Like
so
what?
that was a fun race. That was round one. That was a huge grid. And then of course I started from the back, and as you know, that was a memorable race getting up to the front. And fun to race everybody all the way through. So yeah, that was a fun little track, awesome dirt section.
Yep. Hold on one second. I got a technical issue here. One second. There we go. Cool. And I guess what is your least favorite race?
You know, I was kind of thinking about that question. Man, it's a tough one. I mean, really had fun at all of them. Went to some places, you know, most of them are places I haven't been, but I wouldn't say really like a least favorite event, maybe the least favorite drive, you know,
Yeah,
but, but other than that, man, I can't really say just
that's
some of them
fair.
drives, maybe the drive back from New Hampshire. I enjoyed New Hampshire, but that drive's brutal.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine.
So
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, de- definitely not as far as a haul that you had to do, but it was still a hike for us. Um, so what about your equipment? And I know you're a Honda guy.
yeah.
You're a Honda guy. Both 450s, 250s. Your bikes this year, were they 2021s or?
No, a little older. My 450 is 2017, and my 250 is 2019.
Okay.
So yeah, just not as quick to switch it out. It takes
Right.
a little bit longer to get the old supermoto bike set up. So still kind of sticking with the tried and true, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And plus, you already have the equipment. I know that the Honda is pretty much everything bolts across all years.
Yeah, they're pretty good stretch there. So absolutely. But Yeah, no, the biggest change here I made in the last year or so is usually I do all my own bike work, minus suspension work. Um, EB Suspension does my suspension. But lately we've been having BWR build our engines. He's got a supercross team. And like I say, usually I used to do all my own work, but he's definitely built me some rockets here in the past. And started as a 250, and then I let him do my 450, and it's definitely awesome. So
Nice.
that's been a big part of my program. My race tech suspension, definitely good. They got good supermoto settings. I think we haven't even touched a clicker since we put that stuff on there. Just adjusted sag, so that's pretty awesome.
Nice.
So don't be scared about that, because there's definitely people out there to get you in the right direction on that. But yeah, I bleed red. I ride Hondas. made a little contingency money through the Smek series.
Yep.
So thanks to Honda for that, for sure. That definitely helped.
So, which? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have anybody else that was?
No, we'll
Yeah.
do the full sponsor
Okay.
list, but that's the biggest changes there. But
So
no, yep, just liking the Hondas here lately, so I don't think we'll change.
awesome. I did want to talk now. When I saw it, I was stunned as well. One of I can't remember if it was the 450 or 250. Which one had the stock brake?
The 450.
I don't know how you
Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense, but
doesn't make any sense at all.
well, I got a 16.5 front wheel, and the brake I had didn't fit on there, so we got stuck running a stock brake. So we hurting feelings with the stock caliper.
Yep, for sure, man. Dude, I was blown away when I saw that. I was just like, "There's no way." I was like,
I finally got some good brakes. So
good.
Jeff at Toxic Moto got me set up on some Moto Masters that are substantially better than the stock. They ain't no top of the line stuff, but they're pretty good for this old motocrosser.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Yeah, Jeff's a good dude. Cool. I'm glad he hooked you up. So,
Absolutely.
for the rest of the season, what's going on? What do you have planned?
Yeah. So right now we're getting ready to go out to Arizona for the AMA championship race, and somehow I'm going to ride both classes. It's going to be tough, squeezing a lot of races into 2 days, but been riding local kart track here lately, and trying to be as much ready as I can be for that. So hopefully it's not 120 degrees out there, but
Yeah.
it should be all good.
So, let me ask you a question. You are the only one in the last 2 years that have run two classes, like two pro classes like that. What what is the what is your goal there? Like, why are you running both classes?
I mean, it just the first year I rode the AMA stuff, I don't know. It was kind of, I don't know, just more track time, more time to be out there, more time to improve yourself. I thought I could do good, so usually my thinking gets me in trouble, but yeah, so no, just kind of go for it, and more, I don't know, more track time, especially. And I don't know. I think the 250 teaches you things, keeping better momentum, and mainly the track time, honestly, and just racing different people, and I don't know, just giving yourself more opportunity to win.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. It's definitely grueling, but I mean, it can be tough, but at the same point, it's like it stays a little fresher because you're out there. So if you're prepared,
Yeah.
I don't know, you can, it's fresher.
How long is the drive for you out to Arizona from Illinois?
I believe right under 24 hours.
Okay.
So, like, realistically. So yeah, no, me and my wife, my dad, and my two mutts are gonna head out that way. So
Nice.
looking forward to having my dad with me, help me switch off a couple of them races in your series. It was just me and my wife, and she hasn't tackled driving the new rig yet. So so as a solo driver there.
Right.
So that could be pretty tough. Yeah, we gotta eventually break her in on that thing. But
so you can get some.
it did good on the sprinter, but that's a different story with that. But yeah, so we'll head out there. Should be a good trip. Try to take our time going out there.
Nice. 2022. What do you have planned?
Man, where does time go? Can't believe it's 2022 already. But I look to come back to the Smek series and continue my tear, I guess, and hoping for a full AMA series. So we just keep making Supermoto better, you know?
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I commend anybody who is promoting and doing what they can for the sport in their area to keep it going. It's a great sport. I'm committed to it. You see it.
Oh yeah,
and
you do an awesome job running the races. I appreciate it, man.
It means a lot. I appreciate it. We do work extremely hard. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. Love giving you guys an opportunity to ride and grow, for sure. So, anything else you want to talk about? Let's chop it up.
Yeah, man, no, not pretty good. I guess I better mention some sponsors.
Yep.
There's a long list. World of Power Sports Peoria helped me out with a lot of my parts. They're my local dealership. Helped me out with my bikes. Even has gone as far as giving me up their parking lot to practice.
Cool.
As long as I don't run into anything. So yeah, that's awesome. There's not too many people that let you do that. EB suspension. Eric Brown, he's been with me for a long time. Does Race Tech suspension. Race Tech's supported me here for a while now too. Couldn't do it without them. Hinson, they take care of all my clutches. Be pretty tough to Supermoto without the slipper clutch.
Yep.
So that's I only had that in one of my bikes when I very first started, and that's huge. So BWR Motors, I talked about them, been helping me out for the last 2 years. If you got a Honda, they know what to do to it. So give them a ring. I said Toxic Moto. Met him during the AMA Nationals. He's tire guy, tire support, very knowledgeable guy. Got me hooked up with a couple other Moto Masters and got me on some real brakes. A Churbis, Spy, Cool Tech Heating and Cooling coming through here recently, helping me get out to the AMA race. So local guy, Kurt, I really appreciate it, man. CJ Signs, Buskirk Tree, LCS Equipment. The guys from Great Lakes Supermoto threw a little money at me on my GoFundMe page for the AMA race, so I really appreciate it. Those guys doing big things, little north from me, so doing the same thing, trying to push Supermoto. We had a Smek race up there, and we're a good group of guys up there. Enjoyed them a lot, so I know you know who I'm talking about. My work, Schwartz Electric, them for sure. They usually help me out with a little bit, but mainly letting me take off and drive across the country, you know.
Yep.
So I think that's everybody, man. I'm sure I forgot somebody.
Well, I'm sure they know that you.
Oh,
go ahead.
I know who I forgot. Sorry. Oh, Butters from Butterman Tool. He made me some killer triple trees and really pushed me over the edge as far as like my pavement riding and stuff. Really got me pointing in the right direction. He's a savior because other than a couple of people that threw some money out at me, I think he's the only one that gave me a completely free product. So he's he's quite the machinist.
Yeah, he is. I've seen some of his work. He actually did something for me on one of my KTM's. Yeah, he's a solid dude for sure.
Yeah, he's yeah, I've been like his apprentice, so I've been lucky enough. He lets me hang out underneath his wing and tells me a few secrets.
Nice. Nice. Well, Charlie, man, thank you for taking the time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make Arizona, but I do wish you all the best out there, and
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, good luck. I do look forward to seeing you in 2022 at the Smek races.
Absolutely. I think you'll see the big rig. So
Awesome.
always excited to see what you got. And like I said, have fun at your events. And they're halfway close to me, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right on. Awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate your time, man, and I'll hit you up later.
all right, man.